Today's practice is a ritual practice. The practice revolves around cleansing the space and then a meditation practice to center and ground. So I will cleanse the space for all of us collectively. You're more than welcome to join along if you have the items at home. I do want to, as we begin, say a word about some of the ritual items that are used to cleanse. So today, the items that I have and the items that are very traditionally used, although I am hesitant to use the word tradition because I think that along the course of time, things shift and change within tradition, and then the word gets used very loosely. But for lack of another word in this moment, the things that are often used in ceremony are an abalone shell, and this shell represents the element of water. And then another item which is often used is sage. This is white sage, and the discussion I think is important to have is that there are elements and plants that are in our world, which are, of course, becoming scarce resources that need to be maintained for the people who are indigenous to the use of their practices. The plants are used for these people who have been using them for their practices. And so a lot of these plants have been over harvested and used indiscriminately. I have begun to attempt to grow my own, and I've also looked to source other plants which can be utilized to have the same effect. So I will have another discussion about plants which can be used in exchange for. But I do have these white sage bundles, so I am utilizing them. But please use caution on where you're sourcing them. Even if they say that they're ethically harvested, please use caution. And the same holds true for Palo Santo. I happen to have stock on hand, and I will exchange once my stock is depleted for another resource that uses the same energetic property, but is not putting any of the plants, in this case, the tree, at risk. So these are the items which we'll be using for burning. The sage will be used for cleansing and clearing. The Palo Santo will be used for calling in. When I'm doing this, I'll be using feathers. So all of these together are collectively beginning to represent the elements. So the abalone shell representing the element of water, the sage representing the element of the earth, the fire, of course, that I'll be using to light the sage with, the element of fire, and then the feathers representing the element of the wind, the air. So we'll be representing the elements in our ceremony as we cleanse. So this will be our cleansing. And as I said, if you've got these at home and want to participate in this portion, you're more than welcome to do so. If you want to just allow me to do this and you receive, that is also perfectly fine. So we'll begin and either gather your items or feel free to just find a comfortable seat and receive. Often when we're doing things remotely, we have to accept that it is the intention behind it. And truly, in much of the work, it is the intention behind it that we are seeking. Ritual is, if we look at a definition, intention made manifest. So as you find your seat, if you are receiving and not doing the work at the moment, you can begin by closing your eyes, starting to settle in. So we begin to clear, cleanse, So we allow the sacred smoke to touch any areas of the space. So that may be the room, and then as we allow the sacred smoke to begin to cleanse the field around you. So beginning to just feel into the space around your body, noticing if there are any areas around your body that feel a little sticky, that just feel as if they may need a little extra attention. Beginning to start to direct the breath, just creating sort of this deep breath, deep inhale, deep cleanse. And as we allow the cleansing smoke to be felt, I'm going to light the Palo Santo to now call in. So I want you to take a moment here to think about exactly what it is that you want to call in today. What is it that you need today? It can be something specific. It could be something very broad. Is it simply a feeling of releasing overwhelm, so a feeling of peace? Is it something very concrete, financial resource? Whatever it is, calling in, don't be shy, ask for what you need. We often find that there's a hesitance. This often comes from feeling not deserving. So you are fully deserving. Ask for what you need. Call it in. Good. Now, if you're participating, if you've been using your own ritual items, make sure that they're in a safe space so that as you get comfortable, as you close your eyes, everything is secure. Begin to find yourself in a comfortable seat, hands on the tops of your thighs. Palms can be face up or down. Notice how they naturally landed. There's no right or wrong, but there is often a meaning behind it, so notice how they landed. Palms down, often representing a need or desire for grounding. Palms up, often representing a receptiveness, receiving. So just notice what space naturally occurred for you. And start to feel the spaces in your body, the physical spaces, the physical sensations. Being embodied is one of the most powerful and empowering spaces that you can be. So begin to feel into your physical body. As you feel into your physical body, scanning your body, noticing any spaces that feel very open and free. Notice any spaces that feel like you can allow them to settle a little bit more, finding a little more ease. It may be small, it might be subtle. Now begin to bring to your mind's eye a glowing orb above your head, something like a glittery ball. And in the center of this glittery ball is a giant magnet. And allow this magnet to begin to draw in all of your stray wandering thoughts, drawing them into the center, pulling them in. This magnet bringing everything into the center. Now, with all of your thoughts gathered, imagine a tiny shining light at the center of this magnet. And this light begins to drop down through the center of your head, dropping down through the center of your body, traversing through your core, down through your root, traveling down into the earth. And don't worry where you're situated, no matter if you're on the earth or if you're on the 100th floor of an apartment, it makes its way all the way into the earth. And as this light travels down to the center of the earth, it finds a hook at the end of the light, and it hooks into the earth, and it tethers you. You are now tethered to the earth. So you still have the ability to move and sway, the freedom to have a bit of lightness, but yet you're grounded, you're stable. So feeling the stability of the hook in the earth and the gentle sway from the light tether. With this steady, grounded space, begin to feel into your breath. Noticing the rhythm of your breath. Now taking a deep breath. Exhaling fully into this safe, grounded, secure space. Take a soft bow of your chin. And gently begin to open your eyes as you come prepared to reemerge. Now that you're grounded, I hope you feel ready to take on your next task, grounded and ready to go.